And today we're gonna have my desk setup for 2021. Now what you have on your desk and what is surrounding your desk is very important, not only for increasing your productivity, but making sure when you get in, when you hop on your desk and you gotta get down to work, when you get video editing, photo editing, doing day-to-day tasks, administration work, doing paperwork, etc., etc. It's important that the desk setup inspires you to make you do all those things and a lot more, and inspire your creativity doing every day. So what's on my desk is a variety of many things. Some things that's pricey, some things are not, some things are budget friendly, some things are not. It just all depends on what the category is and how much I think is necessary to increase my productivity, how much I think the priciest is the priciest, or the cheapest is the cheapest, is everything I need to get the task done. Start off with the desk itself. The desk itself is a 55-inch desk from Amazon. The brand manufacturer is specifically called 1Nmil. Like I said, it's 55 inches across. It is 23 inches deep. This is the biggest desk I've ever had so far. The previous desk I had was 39 inches, so you can imagine the 15-16 inch difference between 39 inches and 55 inches. So I got a lot more horizontal space. And then in depth, the previous desk I had was 19 inches. This desk itself is 23 inches, so just a little bit bigger. And I do notice the difference, and allows me to put more things on the desktop and allow more versatile things to do with the desk and have a lot more space on top. Another thing I enjoy about this desk is the color. It has like a rustic brown to it. It almost looks like walnut wood, which is one of my favorite wood colors or wood patterns. So I enjoy this color for it. It makes it excellent for product photography, or you want to switch it up and it gets like a nice little moody vibe to it. That's one thing I enjoy about this desk. So 55 inches across, 23 inches deep, and a rustic walnut wood color to it. I thoroughly enjoy it. Next, we're moving on to what's powering this up. This is the MacBook Air. This is the 2019 version. It only has 8 gigs of RAM, so it's pretty base storage included with 128 gigabytes. This is what I primarily use to do video editing. It's also what I used to do with photo editing, but now I switched over to another device, which I will mention briefly. So the MacBook Air is my first computing device from Apple. Previously, I was using Windows devices all my life. So when I finally switched to the MacBook Air early of 2020 of last year, it's been blissful ever since. I love Mac OS and the ecosystem that it provides with AirPods, the iPhone, iPad, etc. So that whole Apple ecosystem, I was finally happy decided that I switch over to the Mac OS and Apple side of things when it comes to computing devices. One potential upgrade I might make is to buy the M1 Mac Mini. I'm just waiting to see how Apple develops. I know that new iMacs and new iMac Pros might come out later this year. The M1 chip is seeming to be promising, but the programs I use Premiere Pro. Even though I heard good things that the Rosetta translation between the M1 and the Intel side of Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm still waiting to get fully optimized, and I probably switch over and get the M1 Mac Mini. Two minor accessories for the MacBook Air is the laptop stand. Occasionally I have it unmounted, or sometimes I have it mounted up on the laptop stand. It's nice cheap Amazon, like $10-15 on Amazon. I believe the brand is called iQnix. Not exactly how you pronounce that, but it's nice and cheap. Like I said, it's affordable, $10-15. Just props the laptop up against it. Clamshell, keep it out the way. And the other accessory is a USB-C hub. Of course, with the new MacBooks, they all have USB-C, no longer USB-A. So I have the USB-C hub from FlowPow. It's an Amazon brand. It is nice. I believe it costs like $20-25 on Amazon. The USB-C hub, you get the HDMI, SD card, through USB-A. So it gives you a lot of variety of the things you might need, but if you're a creative, you just need general more points. The next computing device I have on my desk is my Apple iPad. I've had this thing for about a month now, and I specifically bought it to do photo editing. Previously, I was doing this exclusively on the MacBook Air, but I wanted more tactile feedback. I wanted something to actually touch the photos, get precise edits, so I decided to buy the Apple iPad. It's the 8th gen, so it recently came out of last year in 2020. And I also bought an Apple Pencil, so I can get the very precise edits where it's like removing slight smudges or like a scratch or like a random dust print on a photo. I love the preciseness I get with the Apple iPad. I also put up different videos, movies, and etc. But I mainly bought it for photo editing, and it has been blissful ever since I got it. Now I do have 2 monitors on my desk, one of which I bought recently, one of which I've had for several years now. The main monitor I use is the LG, the LG 27QN 600B. This roughly costs about $300 or so on Amazon. It is 1440, so it's 2K resolution. It is mostly color accurate. It's not the most color accurate monitor out there, of course, but it's very color accurate if I do photo editing. Well, like I said, I do most of my photo editing on an iPad. And it is mounted on a vertical mount called the eGear mount. I believe this costs about $20–25 on Amazon. So having a vertical mount allows you to remove the absolute giant LG stand. So you take that stand off, put it on a vertical mount, and allows for more real estate on the desk. The other monitor I have is a Scepter E24-8W. So I have this monitor for coming up on 3 years now. It's a 1080p monitor, 75 Hz. I only use this for gaming. Like, this was my previous primary monitor, but once I got the LG monitor, this became my gaming monitor. It gets the job done, 75 Hz, nothing too crazy, but it only costs $100 on Amazon, so it's nice and affordable and cheap. Now the Scepter monitor is also on the monitor arm. This monitor arm is not vertical, it's a swivel arm. The monitor arm manufacturer is called Mountup. I bought this shortly after I bought the Scepter monitor. Like I said, it moves the stand, the giant stand. It gets it raised up to eye level and off the desk and allows more real estate on the top of the desk. If you want more content, become a Patreon member. Get access to Spotify playlists, full reaction reviews with no cuts, and more exclusive content. Click the link down below in the description. Become a Patreon member today. Now, let's hop back in the video. Next up, let's move on to peripherals. First off, we have the Anker keyboard. I've had this thing for over a year now. It's nice and compact and nice and minimal. It gets the job done. I only take special care to keyboards. I'm not really into mechanical keyboards. I like something nice, small, compact, and minimal. It's Bluetooth. Everything on this desk is mostly wireless because I absolutely hate cables. We will get into cables later on in this video, but the Anker keyboard is nice and small, compact. It gets the job done. My mouse of choice is the Apple Magic Mouse. Now I had this thing for about a year now, and like, I enjoy it, but then again I hate it because ergonomically it absolutely hurts my hand. It cramps my hand up, but the ingenuity with macOS of having the swipe and gestures ability is so paramount. I thoroughly enjoy just swiping through things, or the intuitive touchness you have on a Magic Mouse. I'm probably more sooner than later to get the Logitech MX Master Series mouses because the ergonomics of this mouse is absolutely killing my hand. It's cramping up so much, but it gets the job done. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoy the swiping ability and the cohesiveness it has with the macOS system. And the keyboard and mouse is sitting on an extended mouse pad from Swivel. Honestly, I bought this on Amazon a couple weeks ago. It's like $10–15. Once again, it gets the job done. It's pretty nice, pretty big. It's nice and black and leather, so it covers a lot of real estate. It covers and protects the desk, and it has a nice aesthetic and contrast from the vintage rustic brown maplewood-esque from the desktop itself. Moving on to audio, as you can see, I have no speaker systems on my desk, but what I do use the Apple AirPods. I've had these things for 7 years now, and it gets the job done. The cohesiveness that connects from my iPhone, the iPad, the MacBook Air, the cohesiveness able to just switch between them makes it so genuine, so good. I rarely ever, if I don't use the AirPods, I use the MacBook speakers to get the job done. I'm not doing any specific audio fine-tuning editing per se, so I don't need any sound system or expensive headphones that gets precise editing. Everything needs to be perfect. The Apple AirPods is very cohesive with the iOS and macOS system, and it gets the job done. The other audio source I have is my Razer Kraken gaming headphones. Like, it is a gaming headphone, so I only use it for gaming. Anytime I fire up the Xbox, fire up the Scepter monitor and get the game, and this is what I use to capture that audio. It only does what it needs to do for gaming side. Next, let's move on to some other miscellaneous items. What I have on my desk is also an Anker wireless charger. I use this to wirelessly charge my iPhone 12. Nice and simple, $10–15 on Amazon once again, so it gets the job done. I love it that I can place my phone on top of the charger. I don't have to worry about a wire and plug it into my phone. It gets the job done. I can place it down and keep it moving. Speaking of cables, my cable management is not the best, but it gets the job done. There's no significant hanging wires coming across the desk, on the floor, etc., etc. It's all tidied up. I got the power brick mounted underneath the desk, so it keeps things off the ground. Not a lot of long wire hanging off the ground, so it's not the best, but it gets the job done at the end of the day. And that's my desk tour for 2021. Let me know if you have any other questions. Everything will be linked down below in the description below, so if you want to check out anything I have on my desk, you can click the links that all be directed to Amazon. Let me know what your desktop is like. Do you enjoy wood desktops, or do you like metal desktops, or what what ecosystem are you using? Exclusively on Windows, your PC guy, or you're like Mac OS, like the ecosystem it has with AirPods, iPad, iPhone, etc., etc. Let me know all in the comment section below. And this is my test setup for 2021. So, if you like the video, please like the video. I got more content like this always coming soon, so please subscribe. And see you next video. Peace.